Hi everyone, my name is Abdullah, and today I'm going to present you with the art piece that I chose today. It's going to be called, it's called Guernica. It's painted by Pablo Picasso, and it shows a symbol of anti-war protest. And today I'm gonna explain the understanding of the artwork and its significance. Okay, let's go to the next page. We're gonna Introduction to Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso was born 1881 and he passed away in 1973. A Spanish painter and sculptor. He found the modern art technique Cubism, a Spanish celebrity of modern art, best known for helping to create Cubism. He worked during different periods of Cubism, the Blue Period and the Rose Period. We're gonna move on to the historical context. Guernica 1937 was produced during the Second Spanish Republican's struggle against the insurgents of General Francisco Franco, which would become known as the Spanish Civil War. The painting was inspired by the German Italian Air Force destruction on 26 April 1937. Guernica, a town in the Basque province of Spain. Picasso impetus came from reading and seeing the horrible reports and images about the mass civilian deaths arising from the aerial and seaborne bombing. Let's move on to the influence on the artist. Picasso felt compelled to make the painting after the events of the Spanish Civil War and related interwar European politics. This artist was at once mindfully immersed in political and social questions. Guernica speaks to his own commitment to using art as a vehicle and social critique. Alright, we're gonna move on to style and content. Guernica is characterized by its Cubist style, which Picasso pioneered along with George Braque. The distorted, fragmented forms, transformed bodies, and everyday scene depicted here emerged from the horrors of the war. Quite right things, but it is also a reason why these muted grays dominated the canvas and deepened the melancholy of such universal despair. We go on to the next slide. Display and ownership. Guernica was initially acquired by the government of Spanish Republican in 1937. Picasso had left the painting on loan with the Museum of Modern Art, Mayo, in New York to be stored safely during the Second World War. It came back in Spain in 1981 with the template of democracy. And the art piece was very, if we go back to the beginning of the presentation. Let's see. We can see the figures on here and the motions they're showing. They are screaming. As you can see, they are torn apart in figures as was described. And there's figures of a bull. As you can see, a horse, bodies, all type of figures, and the canvas with the black and gray and white, showing an emotion of sadness and horror when the war happened. So yeah, the art piece really, what Picasso came and built and made, shows a lot of emotions. I know it's a very emotional art piece that shows a lot of meaning on just paint on a canvas, which can show a lot of emotions from something that is very tragic that happened, which was a war. And yeah, that's my presentation. And yeah, thank you for listening to the Guernica, which was created by Pablo Picasso.